Coach, you had Anthony Lamphere last year.
Yes.
Who was maybe trying to, hard shoes to fill, obviously, but who's kind of stepping up as the vocal leader of the room?
I think that's the thing last year is really we had three with Brendan Doyle, Jamari Chisholm. They had 47 catches and really played all but 4 plays last year in the tight end position. It's been a very productive position in this offense, historically, and so we had to get a little bit of portal. We had guys that have been here that have grown up, so all of them were here in the spring, so that's the exciting part. It's sort of a group of guys that are getting to know each other and kind of growing up together, so it's really been fun.
Brad, the tight end room is obviously an extension of the O-line and an extension of the receiver room. How do they split their time in practice between honing in on the blocking skills and the ball catching skills?
It just takes a unique person and characteristic to really be a tight end. And you think of complete football player, and even being in the QB room before teaching, very, very similar to that teaching component. I mean, you're talking run game, protections, pass game, understanding where they fit, and all the different offensive dynamics. So you need guys that have football IQ and are passionate about football.
With the offense is going to change. Seth was a classic pocket guy, and now you got a lot more RPOs everybody's expecting with Brendan Lewis. How is it that you coach these guys now? Are you looking quick? You make your read quick and always look back, or what some changes that you have to make in coaching?
I think it's still the same offense we had last year. Really with the stuff that we've done with the tight ends, and so it's not dramatically changed. Yeah, you have a more running type quarterback, but it's still within the same offensive confines that we do. So it's just the stuff that we've been really teaching through the years.
What stood out to you about Bryce Anderson?
I just think his versatility, really to do everything. He is a long body that can run and is athletic. And so we sort of knew that in junior college and office film and knowing a lot about him from being from Des Moines, Iowa. And so he's had a very good spring, and I think it's just comfort for really all the new guys that came in. It's just really an 8-month period now that they're just getting comfortable. And obviously fall camp it's close to 5 weeks, and then you get the OTAs in the summer. So it's the mental aspect of, can you see a signal and go to the play, understand the intent of it, and then be able to perform it. Like today was a lot of stuff against each other, which was really good team stuff.
Last year you had a couple pounders in the backfield, Brandon Thomas and Anderson. This year you might have a couple, ponies out there. Did that change the way you approach, the way you coach your tight ends?
I don't think so, because they all have to do the run game. I mean, honestly, if you don't block, you are not playing tight end for Coach Silverfield. So you have to have toughness and resilience, and you got to get after people. We've got Matt Adcock is sort of that fullback. He's from Gulf Coast Junior College, and so he's sort of that H-back fullback, hitch in mouth, and so at least we got that. But it's also required of all the other tight ends.
With running dual threat quarterback, will you play more 2 tight end sets this year?
I think it presents itself. I think we still were over 120 snaps at 12 personnel, so I think we could still be that ratio. But you got to, like I always tell our room, we got to give them 2 to get them. So, you got good receivers, good tight ends. What puts us in the best situation offensively?
Coach, what have you seen from Jerry Cross that's impressed you so far?
Jerry is a really big body and very athletic for 275 pounds. Connected, soft hands, a guy that has to be able to run, and big enough to really block the C gap, and a guy that can move his feet. So he's gotten comfortable. It just seems like every single week. So we're excited about, obviously, him joining us this fall.
He's fully healthy?
Fully.
How solid is
I didn't know he was.
Spring game.
Is Christian Ross really only
Oh, yes. Christian Ross
225?
and Luke Logan were here last year. And so Christian is the one that's sort of been with us for 3 years. So, it's kind of, you like seeing that high school, but really, in today's day and age, high school, it's going to be a kid that probably played QB, like Caden Priestcorn, or Lamphere played receiver, or, so he was kind of a receiver D, and Christian Ross. But he's been now, this is his 3rd program. He's only 20 years old, but really has developed, and now he's 255, and so playing the position. And so, he's had really a great off-season January. And you see the maturity, just as a person, as a player, so we're excited for him too.
How close are you developing the depth chart, especially on the 2nd and 3rd level?
I think you have to. You get your numbers, and then you bring a freshman. John Harding's the freshman we brought in. So, again, that's the future of the program. So you got to be able to bring that depth. With roster limits, things like that, you're sort of limited. But, I think the nice thing is we were front-loaded last year with 3 seniors, which made it, you knew you needed to replace, which is hard. And so now you feel like there's really, all the years are represented, and they can really all be back again next year. So but you never know in this day and age.
You feel good about that depth? Well,
I really do. I do. I do feel like you need 4, maybe 5 to be able to play, just because health, and to be able to get 2 tight end, 12 personnel. We get 13 down on the goal line, and so we're using 3 guys, and so you have to have at least 4 that can play competitive football. And then after that, you figure it out.
Thank you, Coach.